the Filipino people are being scammed by this government. Okay. So, bakit scam? Kasi, wala kang lalabasan eh. Lahat sila nag-conspire na. Diba? They have weaponized most institutions. I don't know if there's still one institution that's independent or you can call independent. No? So, tapos, nadagdagan pa nitong krisis sa Middle East. So, maswerte na tayo kung yung economy mag-grow ng 3%. Net trust rating of the president is -9. Diba? Kasi saan gagamitin yung pera? Nakakasiguro ba tayo na yung perang uutangin nila, like ngayon sa World Bank, gagamitin sa tama? Yung Maharlika Fund, saan napunta yung pera? Di ba dapat sa infrastructure yan? Anong nilaunch ni Presidente? Anong klaseng, di ba footbridge? Oh, so,
give me a positive ring on you know.
wala.
Wala kang makitang positive.
Wala.
So you're from the private sector, huh? Can you tell us about bank secrecy? Can you readily pierce the veil of a private depositor?
Sige. Just to give you a background, bakit kailangan natin bank secrecy law, yung rationale behind the law is the state or the government wants to ask the people to trust the banking system. So, gusto nila yung mga pera natin, instead ay ilalagay natin sa bahay natin, sa ilalim ng unan natin, sa bangko natin ilagay. Bakit importante yung deposits? Since alam ni Ma'am Cora na yung deposits natin, pinapaikot ng bangko para ipautang. So, pinapautang yan sa mga negosyante na nag-spur ng growth sa economy. So, yun ang important. So, yung what is the bank secrecy law, yung RA 1405? RA 1405 is was created. It states that all deposits of whatever nature, including investment bonds issued by the government, are of purely confidential in nature. And no person or government official, even government official and offices can access your bank records except for 4 reasons. First is the signed waiver of the depositor themselves.
So yung mismong may-ari ng account.
Account, correct. So, signed waiver. Pangalawa, in cases of impeachment. So, pangatlo, per cases involving bribery and the dereliction of duty. And the fourth is when the funds in question is the subject matter of the litigation. So, hindi siya pwede na, for example, sinampahan kayo ng libel, ititingnan nyo yung bank account ng tao. So, the criminal act should be connected to the bank account bago natin buksan. So, that's
So bawal yung fishing expedition na bubuksan ko yung account ko, oy, buksan mo yung account ni Malutikia. Tingnan natin kung anong magagamit natin para sa impeachment. Pwede ba yun?
Yes, oo. So, may mga tao na gustong i-circumvent yung bank secrecy law natin. No? However, pag pumunta ka sa bangko or nagsubpoena ka sa isang bank officer requesting for a bank statement of account, liable si bank officer kung mag-provide siya ng...
So hindi yan yung pag may subpoena?
Yes, unless they fall under dun sa 4 reasons na nabanggit.
Oo. So question, can the bank open the account of a private individual?
Open mean access?
Yes. A third party asking you open the bank accounts of Juan de la Cruz?
No. The bank officer himself, no, cannot access.
Can the bank open the bank accounts of a previous president?
No.
Can the bank open the account of the husband of an incumbent
Related
official?
accounts, no.
So technically, limited.
When the subpoena, just in case there's a ongoing court case, kailangan specify yung
Sir,
account
diretso ko,
name.
may impeachment. Gusto nilang buksan ng account ni BP, ni PRRD, ng asawa ni BP. Pwede ba yon?
At this stage kasi of the impeachment, if I'm not mistaken, we're only on deliberating the impeachment, no? So wala pa tayo dun sa proper
Trial.
impeachment trial.
Oo.
So without the proper impeachment trial, there's no reason to disclose the bank account. So hindi pa siya, wala pang impeachment court na na-form. So yeah. As you mentioned, that's a fishing expedition.
That's a fishing expedition, right? So if the House Committee on Justice gives you a subpoena, you as a bank manager, will
Without
that
the impeachment.
without the just the House?
Yes, the bank officer will be criminally liable under the law. Yes.
What is the impact to the economy if we start shaking the banks?
Siyempre, mawawala yung tiwala sa mga bangko. Diba? Pwede kang magka-bank run. Kasi siyempre, kunwari, ikaw yung bangko sa Bank ABC, nag-reveal ka, yung mga depositors mo maglalabas ng pera. Kasi wala silang tiwala. Baka mabigay nila yung details ko to anyone. Diba? So kasi ang bank secrecy is about absolute confidentiality. Unless talagang may matigas na rason para ilabas yun. Hindi sila maglalabas.
Yes. And aside din sa bank secrecy of bank deposits, meron din tayong FCDU Act, the Foreign Currency Deposit Act. Ito mas stricter to. Even with the court case, you cannot open the bank account unless there is a waiver from the depositor. So, ang rationale naman
Kaya
behind
pala yung
this,
dating speaker, hindi mabuksan yung
yeah. So, mas maganda kung dollar yung account mo sa bank.
Oo, kasi may dollar siya eh. Dun
Kasi pag nawala yung tiwala sa mga bangko, magkaka-systemic risk ka.
So, with the crisis,
Yan,
and with
dadagdag ka pa.
the shaking,
Dadagdag ka pa.
that is bad for...
The whole system.
Interesting. And the investment people who are looking
Yeah, exactly,
to... Mag-invest ako dito sa Pilipinas, pero sandali lang.
Talagang
Ang gulo
mapapag-isip.
ninyo sa... Tapos
Dami.
ito sa bank.
Daming issue. So, economic, financial, banking, and then security. All facets of government and governance right now is affected.
By just the impeachment of the Vice President.
And the Middle East
and
crisis.
the Middle East crisis. Sir, ano naman ang AMLA? Meron pakialam si AMLA sa mga bangko?
Ang AMLA is actually tinatawag nila ito yung high-tech bypass ng bank secrecy law eh. Kasi even without the court order,
Masisilip nila.
However, ang safeguard mechanism nito is AMLA works like a silo. Independent sila. Even Congress cannot summon AMLA to produce bank records of a person. So, sa bangko kasi, daily, we have to file a report, what we call CTR and STR. CTR is for covered transactions, which is 500,000 and up. STR is suspicious transaction regardless of the amount.
Sir,
So,
pati hindi nyo nakuha yung mga maleta at saka yung sa yung nawawalang pondo.
Yes,
Oo.
actually what happened etong sa flood control scandal, it should be AMLA at the center of this investigation eh. Because the movement, the channel is money. Without the money changing hands, makokontrol sana yung corruption eh. So again, going back, we have yung CTR and STR. Covered transaction for 500,000 and up, and suspicious transaction regardless of the amount. Kasi yung iba, sinicircumvent yung 500, 300 muna, 300, withdrawal, hanggang makuha nila yung buong amount. So, meron naman na, halimbawa,
Katulad yung kay Yusek Cabral. Sorry interrupt ako ng interrupt. Di ba yung dalawa niyang anak nakuha lahat ang pondo dun sa account ni Yusek Cabral na ilabas? Oo. Yun yung hindi nila na categorize as suspicious account.
Yes, like for example, ma'am, meron tayong isang business lang, isa parang street vendor. biglang deposit siyang 300,000.
Oh,
Kumbaga, abnormal siya dun sa
Red flag na yun, no?
average. So, eto, like for example, kung government employee tayo, ng source of income natin is our income, salary, tapos biglang may billions o hundreds of millions of account ka, dapat na-flag na yan ng bangko from the very start eh. Na-flag na yan eh. Even the withdrawals, if you have a legitimate transaction, why would you choose cash? When you have other modes of payment like manager's check, wire transfer, bakit ang nakikita natin is yung mga mali-malita na cash? So definitely, pag ang isang government employee is nag-withdraw ng cash na substantial amount, this should have been reported na sa AMLA as suspicious transaction. From there sana, na-action na ni AMLA. Kasi hindi siya commensurate doon sa source of income eh.
So would you, sir, say
So
that...
ang nakikita ko nga missing link dito is from the very start, bakit hindi na-cite yung mga bangko
Yes.
with all these billions in withdrawals?
Yes.
So bakit even the existing investigation, bakit parang wala yung hindi napapag-usapan yung paano nakakapag-withdraw sila na hindi naman commensurate sa income nila.
Saka paano nagkakaroon sila ng account na...
Ngayon AMLA, parang working as an independent organization, should have looked into the transactions. Bakit ito?
They have that power, right?
They have the
on
power.
their own. Yeah.
And then they recommend. I'm not sure of the law, but I think they have to go through the courts of appeal to get the bank records.
Kahit
Pero
AMLA.
even Congress cannot ask or request AMLA, o AMLA mo ang may plunder dito, pa-investigahan yata. Hindi pwedeng. Dapat it should emanate from AMLA itself.
And AMLA is supposed to be apolitical, right?
Yes.
Apolitical. Should be apolitical. Should not be used for political motives.
Kasi nagamit yan
I've heard
kay
from the
Corona.
news that a congressman is calling AMLA to investigate. So, hindi pwedeng i-dictate ng Congress ang AMLA. Should be the proper channels.
Actually, Malu, meron pang ang isang transaction na dapat tignan nila kasi, di ba, nagpapalit ng 2 maleta ba yun?
Na dollar.
Oo, into dollars.
Into dollars.
So, yung nagpalit ng into dollars na yun, mukhang hindi bangko eh. Mukhang money market.
Money market. Oo.
So, dapat tinitignan na rin ng AMLA yun or ng BSP.
Sir, narinig nyo ito? Ito ba parte ng intelligence network na kailangan na flag, 'di ba? Kasi pag nakita mong movement of large amounts of money, isn't that intelligence work?
Yeah, kung talagang serious yung ating mga namamalakad sa gobyerno, including yung mga intelligence units, ay makikita talaga yan. So, dahil nga sa paliwanag kanina, lumalabas na yung AMLA itself, mukhang may connivance dun sa I'm not saying talagang
Baka.
Oo, baka lang, Ang duda ko, hawak din nila yung kasi ngayon they are weaponizing all agencies, the police, the military, and many others, So hindi malayo na maaring sunod-sunuran na lang yung taga-AMLA. And yung land bank itself, in cahoots na rin dun
Which
sa
is the major depository account of
kasi
the Public
yan eh.
Works Fund.
I can even recall na, kasi nung I was a battalion commander sa Mindanao, yung tinatawag na voluntary offer to sell, na yung sa CARP, may lumapit sa akin na ano siya.
Yan, sir, lupa. Yung
Lupa ito,
oo.
Ba't ko biglang na-recall to? Lumapit sa akin yung isang, sir, hanap kayo ng lupa. Bakit? Yung malalaki, mga 100 hectares, 200. Ilapit natin sa sa mga nag-aasikaso nito. Ba't ano yan? Sinakyan ko lang, Yung pala ang racket nila, halimbawa 100 hectares. They will operate yung through BOS, Voluntary Offer to Sell, yung para babayaran ng gobyerno. In cahoots sila sa DENR, in cahoots sila sa Land Bank. So, yung DENR para pipicturean nila yung kunyari may lahat, may tanim lahat. Pero actually 2 hektarya lang yung may tanong out of the 100. Ibabalwate ngayon yan.
No,
Tapos
mas
yung
mataas.
Land Bank,
Yeah.
ibabalwate nila in cahoots sa DENR. Pagdating doon, sige, ito ang value niya per hectare is 120. Imbes na 70,000 lang. So yun, lalabas ang pera. In cahoots sila sa So, maaring ganon din na nangyayari dito. Kaya tahimik. Lumabas lang nung sumabog.
Kasi maganda yung point ni Marvin, yung issue ng malalaking amount ng pera na lumalabas pero wala nga naman tayong nakitang bangko o na trace o report ng AMLA, no?
I'll cite 2 instances,
Colonel
Prof. One was nung nasa active service pa ako. Alam ni ni Sir Marvin yung Hawala system.
Hawala?
Yeah, it's an informal money remittance. So nung nandun ako when I was still assigned with the airport security, I was the chief of operations ng airport security center sa NAIA. We were monitoring this Hawala operations ng mga rin natin, kababayan din natin.
OFW?
Yes. Meron silang mga na informal remittance center nila ron, dadalhin dito by cash, dala-dala ng mga, in fact minsan isang buong eroplano halos lahat yung may mga bags eh. And when we intercepted, wala na, puro bag na lang yung nakuha namin, yung mga pera na i-distribute na. There's something happening. So second naman, when I retired and I was into business now, our business is into renewable energy. So yung partner namin one time, this was the first time na nagtatransaction kami in dollars. So nagpadala ito. Initially nagpadala ng meager amount lang naman. Maliit lang naman siya. Initially it was $15,000. And then the second, it was supposed to be 30. Yung second pasok niya, hinold na ng bangko. Hindi na nirelease sa amin. And we were called by the bank to explain kung ano yung pumapasok na yun. Well, what's my what am I driving it here? Yung mga ganung maliliit na transactions nakikita, nababantayan. Bakit yung mga
Gandang buhala no?
mali-maleta isinasakay ng eroplano, hindi natin alam kung saan dinadalang ibang bansa, bakit parang walang reaction yung natin, mga
Ang lokohan
authorities
ang lokohan
natin.
ko sa kaibigan ko, dapat nandun ako sa negosyo ng paggawa ng luggages, no? Parang ang laki ng kinita mo doon. Kasi talagang kitang-kita, di ba? Talagang magugulat ka na lang na, how can that be possible? And I understand today, the luggages now are in dollar. Dollar-denominated na yung distribution. Kaya sabi ko, must be every or most or some legislators might have a wall of, alam mo yan, yung bolt sa pader. Kasi magtataka ka, paano mo malalabas yung ganong kalalaking pondo sa bangko? Pera na lang kung ang bangko ay involved. Diba? Yun ang hindi mo maintindihan. So, lumalayo na tayo ng usapan, no? Let me go give your last points. Siguro doon sa security cluster, ang tanong ko, napapanahon na ba magkaroon ng batas tungkol dyan? Talagang batas, hindi yung joint circular na 2015, matanda na, iba na ang teknolohiya, nakita natin, iba na ang procedure ng pag-handle ng pera. Napapanahon na ba sa inyong dalawa na magkaroon ng batas on confidential and intelligence fund?
Tama yun, Malo, no? Kasi kung titingnan mo itong 2015 yun, no? Yun yung, although from time to time may nilalabas ng mga policy, mga ganyan, sagaa, lagi nakabanggit yan.
Special provision.
Oo. Tapos kung ite-trace back natin, nung panahon pa ng Marcos Sr., nagpalabas din siya ng sa mga classification ng mga documents, no? Mga top secret, confidential, restricted. So, nandoon yon. So, napapanahon na palagay ko na lahat ito, based on our experience, na nangyayari ngayon dito, talagang magkaroon na ng proposed law para mabantayan yung tinatawag na ano. Kung ako ang tatanungin, dapat ang mga ahensya, ang mga GOCC, ang mga LGU, ay walang walang mga confidential, even confidential fund, no? Dapat yung mga pondo na yan, ibinibigay yan talaga sa mga intelligence units, sa DND, sa AFP, sa PNP, dahil sila talaga yung gumagalaw sa ground. Ang mahirap kasi, itong confidential fund, I'm not saying na winawaldas lang to ng lahat, pero marami sa mga politiko natin, talagang ginagamit nila yon na ano. Pero meron din naman talagang matino ang paggastos nila. And I know that dahil may mga governor ako na nakilala noon sa Mindoro, sa South Cotabato, na talagang serious sila. Ginagamit nila ng tama. Pero marami rin ang hindi. So dapat, para ma-prevent ito, yung abuse on the use of this confidential intelligence fund, maisabatas na yan.
Okay. Colonel Galang?
Ako naman, ma'am, I believe dun sa whole of government approach when it comes to dito sa pag-utilize ng pondo ng bayan, specifically yung ating intelligence funds. So, siguro, yung batas na papanahon ngayon na i-define din kung sino lang talaga yung mga offices na dapat nag-handle nito. Kasi tama yung sinabi ni Sir Kaloy, halos lahat ng mga even LGUs mayroong mga intelligence funds sila. Siguro magkaroon ng batas, i-define talaga kung sino yung mga government agencies na dapat meron at dapat na binibigyan ng mga pondo na kagaya nito. Para mas madali din po yung tinatawag natin na accountability at saka yung responsibilidad ng mga government agencies na bibigyan natin. Especially ng ganitong klaseng pondo na alam naman natin po ang liquidation talaga is napaka-komplikado. Hindi basta-basta nire-reveal. So dapat po talaga defined lang kung sino yung mga offices. Yun lang po yung sa akin.
Okay. Sir, ikaw, any bank reforms or anything you want to say on the impact of the impeachment of the Vice President when it comes to bank secrecy?
Regarding to sa what happened sa...
Yes.
With what happened lang din sa the question we should be asking at that time is where these transaction withdrawals were reported to AMLA. Yan ang natin. Kasi if not, then the bank officers or the bank itself is complicit doon sa pagkuha ng pera sa atin. So, kasi this should have been reported from the start.
Reported that
they are required to report it sa under suspicious transaction. So, ang question is, did they report it as a suspicious transaction or did they allow hundreds of millions of withdrawals and look the other way na lang?
Iyan yun sa flood control. Yan, sir, yun sa flood control issue. Flood control? Yung pondo sa maleta, yan yung sinasabi mo that the pag-suspicious account, the bank should have issued a red flag. And
So, kasi when the bank reports it to AMLA, AMLA can freeze already the account a suspicious account.
there has never been freezing of any account in your recollection sa AMLA.
Yes, okay.
Cora,
Yes.
all these things,
Yeah.
anong
Di
kwan
na
sa ekonomiya?
Hindi na ako magpapatumpik-tumpik.
Oh.
The Filipino people are being scammed by this government. Okay. So, bakit scam? Kasi, wala kang lalabasan Lahat sila nag-conspire na. Diba? They have weaponized most institutions. I don't know if there's still one institution that's independent or you can call independent. No? So, tapos, nadagdagan pa nitong krisis sa Middle East. So, maswerte na tayo kung yung economy mag-grow ng 3%. Kasi nung fourth quarter last year, 3% yung growth.
Oh, ang
December
projection
yun,
nila
ah.
daw ngayon, 7%.
Ay, nako,
Doon
good
sa
luck.
interview sa kanya.
Good luck. I think struggle pa yung 3%.
This
Tapos,
quarter.
Well, the whole year.
The whole
Depende,
year.
no? Depende kung saan pupunta itong gera. Inflation could be between 15 and 25%.
Wow.
Depende kung gaano katagal yung gera. Kasi kung ang diesel at saka gasolina already went up by more than 60 to 120%, di ba may trickle-down effect yan eh. So, pag ganyan ang inflation mo, magko-cost cutting ang mga companies, magmamass layoff. So currently, your unemployment is 5.8% or 3 million Filipinos, almost 3 million
So
Filipinos.
that will shoot up.
Pwedeng mag 5 million yon, pwedeng mag 6 million. Kasi nga may mga fresh graduates ka pa, may mga OFWs kang umuwi. Walang trabaho
Walang
mahanap yun,
yeah.
di ba? Kung may repatriation plan sila, magbibigay sila ng trabaho. Ngayon, wala, di ba? So, saan pupunta itong mga taong to? Yung savings sila mauubos. Actually, sa dami ng baha na dinaanan ng Pilipino, babaha pa ulit ngayon, walang flood control, yung savings mo talaga mauubos.
What do you think of a stimulus package?
Saan manggagaling yung stimulus? Mangungutang sila? Kasi budget deficit pa tayo. Laki-laki pa ng deficit eh. Mangungutang sila. Yung uutangin nila, gagamitin ba talaga sa tama yun?
So
Kasi
nandun
nga-
pa rin yung trust.
Yes. That's why
The
the
issue of
trust,
trust.
that's why the net trust rating of the president is -9. Di ba? Kasi saan gagamitin yung pera? Nakakasiguro ba tayo na yung perang uutangin nila, like ngayon sa World Bank, gagamitin sa tama? Yung Maharlika Fund, saan napunta yung pera? Di ba dapat sa infrastructure yan? Anong nilaunch ni Presidente?
Wala.
Anong klaseng di ba footbridge? Oh, so,
So give me a positive ring on you know.
wala.
Wala kang makitang positive.
Wala.